But then listen, I want you to see this. His grace also doesn't just take sin away from us. See, his grace also imparts to us the very righteousness of Christ. How many of you believe Jesus is righteous, clean, pure, divine? Grace, by the power of God, through faith, when you see his resurrection and you hear of his resurrection, he takes your blood-washed heart and he goes, man, I'm now going to write the very laws of God on your heart. Meaning, what does that mean? That's God's old-fashioned way of saying, I'm going to program you with hardware. You now have a hardware called a new heart. Oh, man. You have a brand new operating system internally that is divine. That's the righteousness of God as a gift that you received, which means as a born-again believer, you and I are hardwired to walk righteously. You're wired for it. So when you wake up in the morning, it's like all of a sudden, if you realize this and your eyes are opened, you can thank God that, wow, today I'm wired to actually fulfill the will of God. I'm wired to hear his voice. I'm wired to step into the good works that he's prepared beforehand, that we should walk in him, for we are his workmanship, created in him for good works that he prepared beforehand, that we should walk in them. You don't even prepare your works. God's ahead of you preparing all of your good works. And he's just saying, keep walking with me. So you've got Jesus, the gospel, which is a revelation of his son. And through the gospel comes the grace of God and the righteousness of God, which saves us and makes us like him. Yes, sir. And in that place, we were called to live. And the reason why so many of us have failed to continue in the faith, I don't believe, is because we've failed because we don't want to. It's because our gospel has been small. And we haven't known how to continue in the faith. Meaning we got born again once, but we're like, okay, now that I'm saved, what do I do now? Anyone? Like you remember that born again moment and you're like, oh, that felt so good. I felt so much power. I felt so much joy. I felt so much freedom. But now, where is it? Come on. You're like, where is it? I want to show you where it is.